Would you like to learn how to get your first tech job? If so, this video is for you. In this video, we will discuss how you can get almost any tech job in about 12 months or so. To tell you my background, I've been working in technology now for 25 years. As a network architect, as an enterprise architect, as a business architect, all the architect roles. And I've spent more than 2 decades helping people get their first tech job, people just like you. And I've trained people or coached people that work at Apple and Amazon and Accenture and Cisco and Deloitte and Google, IBM, KPMG, JP Morgan Chase Bank, Microsoft, Palo Alto Networks, Zscaler, and so many other prestigious organizations. I'm going to tell you right now, you can get any job you desire. You just need to know how to get there. Now, to get your first tech job, there's going to be many steps that you need to go through. And if you miss these steps or don't do these steps, your chances of being successful are significantly less. And after coaching people and finding people that have made mistakes in their technology careers and helping them fix it, I can tell you these are going to be the stages. The first stage is going to be planning, and we'll talk about what that means. The next phase will be gaining the right skills and training. The phase after that is going to be getting the right certifications, and often they're not what you think they are, and we'll talk about that. The next is going to be getting the right type of experience, and you can get that experience on your own. It'll be then learning how to position yourself for what hiring managers care about in the role you desire. And then it's about building your brand and creating your resume. And after that, it's about mastering the interview. I'm going to begin with planning. Planning is the thing that most people skip, and it's what keeps them from being successful. If you want to get to any destination, you need a roadmap. Want to go to New York? You need to know which airplane to go on versus you don't want to take the plane to Miami when you want to go to New York, even though Miami is a really great place. So we need to know the exact job you want. You don't become an airplane pilot by going to law school. You don't learn how to be a cloud architect by studying cloud engineering. And you don't learn how to be a sysadmin by learning cloud architecture. You need to find the role. So the first thing is categorizing the role. Will your role be a planning role, like an enterprise architect or a cloud architect or an AI architect or a solutions architect? Will it be a building and optimization role, such as a cloud engineer or a network engineer or a DevOps engineer or a software engineer? Or do you desire more of a technician or an admin role, like help desk or like a sysadmin role? Because the skills for these roles are going to be different. So the first thing you need to know is which one of these roles you want. And then you're going to need to determine what are the skills you need. But right now, we need to find the role you want. Now, we also have to understand the characteristics of the roles. Planting roles like cloud architecture or enterprise architecture are going to be needing business skills and tech skills, but they're going to be predominantly business skills with tech skills. Building and optimization roles are going to need predominantly tech skills, but they still require non-tech skills. And technician-oriented roles like help desk or admin, they're going to be predominantly tech skills. So we need to understand that. Now, I'm going to make it very clear. If it's your first tech job, your non-tech skills are going to be very important, as well as the way you carry yourself. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is your secret to getting hired when you don't have 25 years of experience. Hiring managers care about 2 sets of things. One is your ability to do the job and do it well, which is your skills, your hard skills. The other thing hiring managers care about is your attitude, your likability, your energy, your enthusiasm, your passion for the role, your willingness to go above and beyond, and how great of a team player you are. So make sure you develop yourself completely and show the hiring manager you're everything they want, both technical and non-technical. And that's how you stand out. So now that we've determined what type of role we want, the next thing is about getting the right skills for the role you desire. If you want to be a lawyer, but you only know how to fly an airplane, you're not going to defend a client in court. So this is the most critical phase. So you must get the correct skills. If you learn the wrong skills here, you can't be hired. Now, if your goal is to become a cloud architect, the link in the description of a video will invite you to a webinar, and there's another video that will show you what a cloud architect does. If you desire to be a cloud engineer, it's a completely different set of skills. These roles aren't related very much at all. And there's a video on what cloud engineers do and cloud engineer skills in the description of this video. So you can go and find those so you know how to get the right skills. But no matter the role you're looking for, make sure you get the right skills, because sadly, I can't hire someone with the wrong skills. And I have to tell you, after interviewing 6,000 technology professionals, most people come to me with the wrong skills. And it's sad because I love hiring people and I generally can't. So it's usually because someone doesn't actually understand the role. And they get the wrong skills because they don't know what the right skills for the role are. So get the right skills. I mentioned for the cloud architect or the cloud engineer, they're in the description of this video. I also have in the description of this video the skills you need to be, say, an enterprise architect, or even what does an AI architect do, again, in the description of this video. But you need the right skills. So then next, let's talk about getting the right certifications. And certifications can honestly help you a lot when it's getting your first job if you use them correctly, because certifications can show your motivation. It shows you're willing to go above and beyond if you get the right certifications. Certifications in general may give you 25 to 50% of the skills you need to be hired. Now, it depends on the role. Certifications for architecture may give you 15% of the skills you need. Certifications for engineering, you might be able to get 50% of the skills you need in certifications, but that's only if you get the right one. For example, if you want to be a cloud architect and you have certifications in DevOps, which is not related to architecture at all, and SysOps, which is maintenance and software development, it won't help you be an architect when your goal is to design systems to improve business performance. Likewise, that MBA, which would be good for an architect, and you don't need an MBA to be a cloud architect, but an MBA, which would be great for a cloud architect, is probably not helping that engineer do their job much better. So it's getting the right skills. We have to remember that certifications will help you get an interview if you get the right one. So let's talk about what are the right ones. As a rule, employers don't care about associate certifications. So any associate level certification, employers think of maybe one day this person will be ready to do the job, but they're not yet. So if you get 5 and 6 associate level certifications, you're signaling the employer that you're focused on a lot of different people's careers and you don't have the skills for the job. Here's the worst offender. I see so many resumes where someone gets an AWS cloud practitioner, an AWS solutions architect associate, a DevOps associate, a developer associate, and a SysOps associate. Now this person worked very, very hard, but they're junior intro level or sub intro level certifications in 4 different people's careers. So that person will not have the skills to have any job. Now, by comparison, if the person wanted to be a network engineer or a cloud network engineer, and they had a Cisco certified network professional, an AWS advanced networking, and an AWS solutions architect professional, chances are that person may know something about network engineering and cloud network engineering. By comparison, for a security architect, if I have someone that has a CISSP, which is a very strong security architect certification, a TOGAF certification, and an AWS solutions architect professional, I have some faith that they may know something about cloud security architecture. I'm going to interview them. And guess what? If a person were to get a CISSP and a TOGAF 10 and an AWS solutions architect professional, they have 20 to 30% of the skills they need for the job right there as well. They need to learn the rest. So the right certifications are like a magnet for an interview. The right training and the right skills is a magnet to getting you hired, and they're often not contained in the certifications. So understand certifications are important and why, for the reasons we talked about. Now it's time to get the right kind of experience and projects. For a cloud architect, it will be related to the things we do for our job. And I'll give you an engineering example afterwards. But let's say it's a cloud architect. What we'll be doing as architects, meeting with clients, creating architecture documents, creating statements of work, responding for requests for information, requests for proposals, requests for quotes. We'll be writing thought leadership documents, creation of business cases. And if you're going to be an architect, you need to know how to create an architecture, design an architecture document, create a thought leadership thing, give a presentation. So go get practice in those skills. Now, by comparison, if you wanted to be a cloud engineer who's a systems builder, probably you should go out there and build systems on the cloud. Write automation scripts in Python and Bash and Windows PowerShell, because you'll be doing that in the job. Work with Windows and Linux and learn how to administer it. Learn how to install applications, create user accounts, and automate, say, cron jobs in Linux. Work with infrastructure as code and, say, Terraform. So as you can see, we've got a cloud architect and a cloud engineer, and they need to do very different projects because their jobs are very different. So make sure you get the right projects to get the right experience and show others that you're ready for the job. Now, you need to position yourself. So if you know that hiring managers care about your ability to do the job, your energy, your enthusiasm, your passion for the work, your willingness to go above and beyond, and your willingness to be a great team player, go out there and create that brand for yourself. Go out on LinkedIn and create relevant content. Learning how to design an architecture document and a solution for an industry is a great thing for an architect to do, to design that document and put it out there. By comparison, an engineer would need to use something different, and it would need to look relevant for their world. So if you're going to create content and you're going to go on LinkedIn, put in the time and the effort. A good blog might take you 3 to 5 days to actually write it. But an architect writes documents, so make it great. Now, when you create your brand on LinkedIn, please do not use ChatGPT. The whole point of going out there and doing this is to show what makes you so special, so great, that an employer wants to reach out to you and call you and bring you in for an interview. And if you do this right, you'll have people reaching out to you. If you use ChatGPT, you're basically showing people that you can use ChatGPT and nobody's going to hire you for that skill. So know what it is that makes you great. All of us have something in our background, some internal strength that makes us great. So learn what makes you special and put that into what you show the world. Could be your charm, your charisma, it could be anything, but know what makes you special and put that out into the world and show the manager that you have the things they care about. Now, the next thing is resume tuning. You need to tailor the resume for the job you want. Now, this does not mean using ChatGPT and using that to cut and paste your resume in and building you a fake resume based upon the job description. Not at all. You want to take your old jobs and tune them. For example, before I was in tech, I was an internal medicine nurse practitioner practicing internal medicine. And I put that on my resume. I didn't make up a fake job like many people do. So when I put the things that I did in internal medicine, I talked about interviewing clients and patients to find their health concerns and their needs. I talked about presenting at medical conferences. Guess what? What do you think architects do? They present at a lot of conferences. I basically showed that I had the relevant skills, but don't make up a fake job and don't make up fake skills. And I'll tell you why. When people put down fake things on their resume, they don't make it through the interviews. So typically speaking, as a hiring manager, we interview the people that come in, the candidates for the job, by what's on their resume. So I ask people questions about the resume. And when people have things on the resume that they can't explain or don't understand, they've shown me I can't hire them. So you don't need to have the perfect resume. You need to have your resume show that you've got relevant skills for the job at hand. And you need to know everything that's on your resume. I can tell you from a hiring manager perspective, nobody expects you to know everything, but they expect you to be very good at the key skills for your job. Now, the interview. In my experience, about 1 in 3 hiring managers will hire you for pretty much any job you want when you have no experience, if you're great. So that's 1 out of 3. 2 out of 3 kind of look for experience. So 1 out of 3 is willing to go out there and look at you if you don't have the perfect resume. And that's the person you need. So if you go on 3 interviews, you want to make sure that every interview you get, you do wonderful on. So when it's that one manager that'll hire you without experience, meaning they brought you in for an interview, you dazzle them and they can't not hire you. So please get some interview training, prepare for the interview, know how to position yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, how to mitigate your weaknesses. And guess what? We wrote a free ebook for you. You can get that free ebook in the description of this video. And that's how to win the interview. It's going to really be helpful. It'll tell you what hiring managers want to look for, how to prepare yourself, how to research the company, and how to succeed. So go train for the interview because you don't want to waste any of those opportunities. This is your magic note. So train for the interview and go out on that interview and dazzle them. So we talked about how to get your first tech job, and it involves planning to make sure you know the role you want and the skills you need. Then it involves getting the right skills. Then it involves getting the right certifications to go out there and help build your brand. And then go out there and get the right kind of experience, the right projects for your career. And every career needs different projects. The same way an airplane pilot and a physician need different training and different experience. Then go out there and position yourselves and show you are what the hiring managers need. Optimize your brand, build your best resume, and go win that interview. Now, if you're looking to become a cloud architect or an enterprise architect or an AI architect, we have free webinars where we'll cover the role, all those skills you need, and how to get there. I'll leave the link to those free webinars in the description of this video. In the description of this video, we also have a lot of ebooks and documents that will help you get your first tech job, get promoted in tech, and build your great career. Please download them. They're completely free. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified of new videos to help you in your technology career. This is Mike Gibbs signing off for now, and I look forward to seeing you in a new video.